All right, hello and good morning, everyone. It is officially the first day of vacation. We are almost to Christmas, and as a fun little Christmas gift, we have a new game to play today. This is PUBG Black Budget. It is an early alpha, and I got access to it to play and enjoy it. I liked the original PUBG back in the day, so I am excited to give this a chance. I am back. Welcome back, William. My power is back on, which I am very thankful for. My power was broken for a while, but we got our power back, so I'm so happy for that. Yes, you are Green Blaze. Have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's 2 yet? Have you watched that one? I figure since your pictures were and you're William Afton, you probably saw the new one yet. Not yet. So this is an extraction shooter battle royale sort of game. Too poor. I feel that. I feel that. All right, so we're looking for weapons to loot and gear to loot. Ah, here we go. Equip a vest. Equip the G19. Magazines must be manually loaded. Oh, that is tedious. Holy cow, you need to... manually put the bullets in the magazine. Wow, okay. Realism. Okay, so we have our gun. And the same thing, I'm guessing, here, where we have to manually put the magazine. Okay, it's got one. Okay. Manually have this weapon. Door is locked. I can try and pick it, or you can shoot the lock. Okay, well, I thought we were going to break the lock, but we just broke the door, so I guess that counts as good enough. This does not look great so far. I know this is an early alpha, but looks a little janky. Loot the body. Okay. We're going to wear his helmet. We don't need his security vest, but we will take... The mouse is already messed up too, so that is definitely a frustration. You can see, like, I have to put my mouse button way down to, like, highlight things to grab it, because, like, the mouse is off kilter, and that's a problem. Alright, we're healing our legs by injecting our wrist with a super painful looking stim. That whoa, hello. We just got Puma'd. I'm sorry, Puma, for having to destroy you like that. Let's search the cat. The cat has whiskers, a cat tag, and a cat claw. We are an absolute monster. Playing Minecraft. There's actually, I'm considering playing Minecraft. I saw that there is a group who is starting a Catholic Minecraft server that they're looking to have multiple Catholics join and help in January. And I'm not the best Minecraft player in the world, but I am kind of interested in maybe joining the Catholic Minecraft server. Alright, we need to collect the research data. Take the T. It's a single player game you're playing. Found a game console. Wine, coffee. Okay. A camera. Bee balm. Alright, this is driving me bonkers. Can we change the field of view? It looks like yes we can. Except for this menu doesn't work because... Alright, what happens if I go full screen for a second? If I go full screen, will it fix some of these problems? I don't think it will. Alright. I guess it's just broken. I guess that's why you get an early alpha, right? But... Alright, we got downloaded it. I know it doesn't matter if you kill the animal in the game, but I feel bad gunning down the puma like that. Like, that was vicious. We absolutely destroyed that thing. Alright, we got the training simulation is done. Get to the AUV near the beach. Okay. Get to the chopper. Deploy a drone. Okay. Very cool. Okay. I threw the drone up in the air. What does that do for me? Alright, we solved that problem with bullets as well. It seems my drone successfully extracted. Okay, but why? Like, what couldn't it have just came with me when we got in this thing? Wormholes take time to open. Okay. But why? Why do we need a wormhole? What is... Okay, I guess that's the tutorial, so I guess we're just going in now, and I'm not really sure what we're going to see here, but okay. So you're stationed at a base near E. coli. Okay. Game name. This is PUBG Black Budget. We are currently playing an early alpha of the game. So it is not alpha. It's not even in beta to play yet. This is the alpha build of Black Budget. It is going to be an extraction shooter, battle royale, survival style game when it fully comes out. Following in the footsteps of course, the OG PUBG. Okay, this... Go for the question. This is going to be a problem. We might not be able to continue past here because... Jessica, good morning. The game is busted. Like, I can't click. Like, you see, if you can see my mouse button here. So if I click on comms, it doesn't work. I have to actually be, like, 10 inches below it here to actually click on it, and the order button is near the bottom of the screen. So I don't know that I can actually click that button. So I guess... And I can't change the settings because all the settings are so broken that I can't change any of the settings here. Would you want me to join you in the game? I don't even know if we can do that, to be honest. So the entire game is like off center, and when I go into the graphics to change that, I am not able to change it because of I can't click the apply button because the apply button is too close to the bottom of the screen for me to apply any changes that I try to make. So like it's truly broken. Let's see if maybe if I swap screens, if it'll let me save the stuff that way and I can put it back on. Click there. Alright, if we change that, does that fix anything? No. My mouse cursor is still broken. Okay, I can at least change the field of view. That is good. We're making progress. Now, can we shrink the game? Maybe that will help. Now we'll go back to audio. Okay, we shrunk the game. Maybe that will fix the issue we're running into. Make it a little bit bigger for you there. Okay, that looks like that fixed the issue we were running to. So it just cannot handle a super ultra wide screen, which I understand. You know, I understand that the ultra wide screens are a forethought for some people. You know. No, it still doesn't work. Why? You'd think that clicking buttons would be like the default thing that they would. Yeah, we need to make sure you can click the buttons. You think that would be priority number one when you're making a video game, but apparently clicking buttons was not in their thoughts. You got a dog named Holly? She's a rough little fella? What kind of dog? Yeah, see, it wants me to click all the way down there, but I don't have the ability to click down there because that too is not on the screen. Okay, let's try changing this again. We will find something that works. We are bound and determined to make this work. No. Okay. Is there any other buttons we can use here? Controller doesn't work. I thought maybe switching to a controller would work. That doesn't work. Is there... No accessibility options. I don't think it's a graphics option. Let's... Maybe if we change our anti-aliasing and VSync, I doubt that would. I don't think those fix these problems, but let's try putting those on there. Let's see if that fixes it. No. Yeah, there is simply no way to continue past this point in the game, I don't think. Because the button simply doesn't function. That is why you alpha test your games. Alright, let's try one. Well, let's go full screen really. Let's see if going full screen will fix this. So let me try that. I don't want to go full screen. What happens if I go full screen? Will that fix the problem? I go full screen. And I go ultra wide. No. All right. Well, that's as far as we can go in the game, I guess. I guess that they forgot to program it good. So, great attempt, I guess, at making a game here, but that's it. So maybe let's try one more thing. I guess let's not fully give up yet. Dex is here. Good morning, Dex. Maybe if I maybe if I try like refreshing the game, like maybe if I restart the game, it will work. Let's try that. Let's give it one go here. You know, I don't want to write it off completely, but yeah, it definitely seems like this is a rough alpha state for the game. You know what? Let's it says it has new drivers, so let's try this instead. Let's give this one more go, and if that doesn't work, we will update the driver and see if the new drivers will fix it. But maybe if I run it natively, not in full screen mode, maybe it will give me a chance to make this game work. I want to see, you know, this is PUBG, one of the granddaddies of them all. I have faith that they can make a good game here. So we're going to give it one more try here. I do want to go back to Helldivers because they have a special Christmas Helldiving going on right now, and I do want to see the special Christmassy Helldivers stuff, but I want to make this work. I loved PUBG. I was actually really highly ranked in PUBG back in the day when I was playing it and taking it seriously. So, like, I really enjoyed what PUBG was, and I'd like to play this new game. No, yeah, it's still way off center there. There's settings. What other setting? If anyone knows, what other setting could potentially fix that? Like, what if I go like an all aspect ratio? I don't know what. Maybe if I change that, like all aspect ratio, maybe that will. No, it's still way off center here. Does anyone have any idea how to fix that desynchronization? I'm willing to take all ideas. Got half a day? That's awesome. Does Christmas break start for you soon, Chaotically Fun Guy? Okay, we got more. Check your flux capacitor. That broke things. Okay, I think we're gonna have to give up. Whoa, that made it really bad. Okay, wait, that changed it though. That changed the way you interact with the game, so that did do something. So maybe if that made it worse, maybe if I drop the resolution to the absolute tiniest, maybe that will fix it? No. Okay, GG. We tried to play it, and it is broken. I will fill out the survey later and tell them how broken their game is. But we got 25 minutes of early access of PUBG. How cool was that? I hope you all enjoyed that very special PUBG look. And now we will go to Helldivers. I was so excited to play that all with you this morning, but I guess we have other plans. All right, we're gonna play a real game now. I miss Christmas vacation from school. Like, granted, I'm literally taking a Christmas vacation, but you know how cool it was when everyone just got like time off from work all together, and you just all went and did Christmassy stuff together. Like, I miss everyone having that. You know. Let's go purge some hatcheries. Gonna land there. Ooh, let's grab our experimental orbital. Let's grab our favorite for these missions, which is an airburst rocket. Let's grab a... Oh, how about... Oh, that's shaking my mic. Here we go. Let's grab something else. Patriot suit for fun. And something else for fun. Let's grab a 500 kg. Alright. For funsies, let's go massacre some bugs. So glad you all could make it this morning. It is Friday. I am so hyped for Friday. And my vacation starts now. Alright, we got an ice planet here. Ooh, that's a little bright. I messed with my HDR settings. I might need to mess with them some more. That's a little bright on the eyes there, but that's okay. So what's everyone's Christmas plans? We got officially less than 1 week till Christmas. So what are y'all doing? Are you gonna go see some lights? Do you have some big plans? What holiday Christmas plans do you have all set up, y'all? I still have at least 3 or 4 different light shows that I want to go to. I've got some more photography to do. I certainly have a lot of work still to be done, and I am running low on it. But I'd like to hear what y'all are up to, if you've got some special Christmas plans or holiday plans or anything like that. Ooh, that's a big set of bugs right there. Lined up perfectly for the airburst shot. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. That was a very embarrassing miss. Okay, let's back up. Alright, we're solving the problem with big explosions. As Helldivers intended. Let's solve the problem. Well, those guys just kind of snuck up on me. I'm kind of impressed. They just kind of came from right from behind. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. That big dude just went underground. And we're stunned. Oh, he's gonna get us. Oh, he's gonna get us. There we go. Perfect. Direct hit. Did you see that? I just sent that guy to the Shadow Realm. Which apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard some guy talking about it, and it sounds true enough. So we're gonna... Oh, well. They just blew me up. It sounds true enough to be true. Apparently in Yu-Gi-Oh!, the whole, like, I'm going to send you to the Shadow Realm thing, apparently that didn't exist in, like, the original manga and show. that was actually like a censorship choice. Apparently Yu-Gi-Oh was just like straight up sending them to hell, and the censors were like, nah, that's too violent for a kids TV show. You can't be sending people to hell. So they invented the Shadow Realm instead as an alternative to that. I don't know that the Shadow Realm is any better, but kind of a hilarious bit of censorship, you know? For kids censorship is amazing. If you haven't seen, by the way, we were talking about it in P. Tony's Discord. We were talking about the for kids censorship. There is some absolutely amazing for kids censorship out there where they try and make the anime a little bit more child friendly, and they do the ET removing guns and things like that. But the best, and I know this is a meme, so everyone should know this. But if you don't know this, Ghost Stories. The Ghost Stories dub has one of the best dubbings of all time that is just absolutely hilarious. Apparently they didn't want to translate the actual show from Japanese because they felt like the story wasn't good enough. So they bought the rights to it and then just kind of gave up on it, and they told the voice actors to just do whatever you want because we don't care. Except for they had to keep a couple very specific story plot lines in the show, but outside of that, they had total freedom to do and say whatever they wanted to. So the Ghost Stories dubs turned into one of the funniest dubs of all time. So if you haven't seen it, I know it's on Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix too. Check out the dubbed version of Ghost Stories and enjoy. It is truly a treat to experience for the first time. Alright, let's load some bullets. That's 1. That's 2. 3. Perfect. Y'all are extra quiet this morning. Alright, that is fixed. I just heard a bug. Where did I hear the bug? Oh. Well, that guy's kind of big and close. I don't think this will actually take him out, but we gotta try, I guess. That's a bad position to be in. Real bad position to be in. Blizzard is messing us up. I think somehow we survived. We pulled a Star Wars. Somehow Palpatine returned. Somehow we survived. And we got some super samples out of it, so win-win. Grab all the super uranium. I do kind of wish... Change your title. I forgot to change my title. You are right. I forgot to change my title. We'll do that after this run when I have a little bit of safety to do that. Not that it matters. I'm pretty sure you're the only person watching right now, Dex. So I don't think the title impacts you all that much. Is it that unbearable? We don't need any PUBG scum festering their way in. Hey, I liked PUBG back in the day. It definitely went downhill fast, but I liked it during, when it first came out. Season 1 wasn't too bad. And there are certainly worse fandoms that we could have wandering their way in. We could get the Dota fanboys. You want a toxic fandom. Talk about Defense of the Ancients. Holy cow, that is unbelievably toxic for a group. I cannot believe how bad the Dota dudes are. Alright, well, I guess most of the mission's complete, so we will call in a suit to do the rest of the dirty deeds. What does Dota stand for? Dota stands for Defense of the Ancients. It started as a... it's actually, technically... Lucario, welcome in. I'm pretty sure, technically, Dota is the first MOBA ever made. So, it was huge, and it was started on StarCraft and Warcraft as a custom map. And then eventually Steam turned it into Dota 2. And Dota 2 became exceptionally toxic. Like, next level toxic. The people are very, very angry. They're very, very hateful. And if you dare to be a new person playing the game who's asking questions and maybe doesn't know how to play, you are going to get flamed into oblivion because people take that game so seriously that they cannot stand when someone dares to mess up their experience by being new. It's horrible. And basically all the MOBAs, League of Legends, Defense of the Ancients, Heroes of New Earth, all of the MOBAs attract some of the most toxic and vile fandoms I have ever seen. And I understand a part of that's just because that's how the game plays. Like it's a competitive game, so I understand that the competitiveness brings out the competitiveness in other people, but I cannot stand how toxic those communities are. I cannot recommend that anyone ever join any of those communities. But it was fun back in the day. Back when it was on Warcraft 3, that was when Dota was peak. Playing it in Warcraft 3 and just experiencing the thrill of it without like leaderboards and without all those sort of things was definitely the way to go. Alright, we missed a nest down there. Did we go back for the other nest or do we get out of here is the question. I think we risk it, right? I feel like there were still leaderboards, so there sort of were. So Warcraft 3 didn't really have the technology for leaderboards for Dota, but that didn't stop people, because people took it way too seriously, right? So the way people took it way too seriously back in the day was you would literally have third-party mods and add-ons and such, and what people would do is they would take your name and they would add you to a third-party list, and that is how they would keep track and say, don't invite this person to your games because they suck, or they leave the game, or they're mean, or whatever it is. But the problem with that system is, that system is 100% reliant on other people not being bad people, right? So your name would end up on a list because someone felt slighted by you, and then all of a sudden you'd be banned from a bunch of different games because people say, oh, well, you're on a list that says that you're a jerk or that you cheated or something like that. You'd be like, well, no, someone falsely reported me, but because it was all like user-based, like you had no way of clearing your name. You just either A, had to create a new account, which was free, so that's what most people did, or B, you just have to host your own game so you didn't have to deal with it. But it was super frustrating that people would throw you on a list for whatever reason that they felt that you belonged on a list. And that's where, like, right now, Arc Raiders has the same thing. There is a manual list online where you can go to arcraiders.ggio or something, and you can put people on a list and say, hey, this person shot me in the back, don't trust them, they have a low rating. But it's all user implemented data, right? So any person could go on there and be like, yeah, I hate this person too, and then ruin their game experience because whatever reason. So you really can't trust when you start involving player stuff. You really can't trust it at all. Well, I gave my life, but I think I got him. I think I stuck him enough. I did not bring the right tools for dealing with those guys, so that's a problem. So it's like the T app for virgins. in a not so scientific way, I would call that accurate. Yes. Which I don't know if this is true, but people always post it like it's true. But allegedly, the Grinder app apparently always gets overloaded when there's a Republican meeting in town. Someone claims that. I don't know if that's actually true, but it sounds true enough to be true. So that wasn't very effective. I know I talk about this a lot, but I am so glad that I don't have to do anything with dating apps ever. I have seen the horrors of, like, every dating app out there and what the dating scene looks like right now, and I am so glad that I am married and will never have to date ever again, because man, does it look awful out there. And, like, the fact that there are so many people who have this mentality of, like, because you have dating apps and there's a million people on there, like, the slightest slight and it's just time to throw the whole relationship away, right? Like, oh, you said something weird, so, like, we're through because I can go find someone who doesn't say something weird. Instead of, working through problems or growing, together or maturing, it's just, nope, I'm going to throw that whole person away because I think I could find someone who doesn't do that one thing that I dislike. So I am definitely so glad that those apps are not something I will ever have to experience. And I definitely feel for all the people out there who are trying. They're trying to date. They're trying to find love and do everything right, and they have to deal with those apps. Holy cow, that's a lot of dudes. Did we get them all? That is a lot of bugs. We did not get them all. I love this weapon so much. It's not the most effective weapon in the world, but man, is it fun to watch it explode and turn a bunch of bugs into a slurry. Speaking of slurry, we have 3 new meals we are trying for the holiday season as approved by Dex. We are going to try a pudding burrito, a chocolate tuna ball, and a lemon lime burger. Those are the 3 meals that we are going to try on vacation. So stay tuned. At some point this vacation, we are going to be trying all of those meals. Aren't you excited? I am excited for the lemon lime burger. I truly think the lemon lime burger is going to be delicious. I truly think the lemon lime burger is going to be delicious. I think the chocolate tuna will probably be on the grosser end. Most likely. Like, I don't know any world where chocolate and tuna go well together, so I doubt that one's gonna be good, but we have to try, right? That's how science is done. That is how we learn. You know, our great ancestors who were out there trying berries for the first time, and were combining things to learn how to make bread or how to make coffee or all those things. Like, someone had to be an innovator in the kitchen. I'm sure at some point someone said milk was gross, or that butter was gross, or like blue cheese. Like, look at, people love blue cheese, and that's literally rotten, moldy cheese. So, like, how can people tell me that they think that my tuna fish pudding is gonna be gross when they're out there eating moldy cheese, right? Like, that doesn't make sense. That dog don't hunt, as they say. All right, we need to fix our title. Let's see, how can we can edit our title. There we go. PUBG broke, so Helldivers it is. There we go. We fixed the thingy. But the good news is, no matter what, I get the protein, right? So I get the protein with the tuna. So, like, tuna pudding. Like, what if you used? Okay, wait. My mind is I'm brain blasting like Jimmy Neutron. Fish goes well with acidic things, right? Like, people put lemon and lime on their fish. So what if instead of chocolate and tuna, what if you made like a lemon pudding and put tuna in that? Then you get like the sharp acidity of the lemon and the protein of the tuna. The texture would be weird. I'll grant you that. The texture would be very weird, but I think lemon pudding tuna might be the play. What do y'all think of that one? And look, if someone in Minnesota can put Snickers bars in mayonnaise and call it a Snickers salad, is tuna pudding really that egregious when we have that? Which also I learned, apparently parts of the South consider Miracle Whip to be salad dressing. Like, could you imagine making like, oh, I'm going to make just a nice light salad, you know, put some lettuce, a little bit of maybe cabbage, some onion, tomato, and we're just going to cover that in Miracle Whip. Like, ugh. Ugh. No. That one is truly raunchy. And I say that as a mayonnaise lover. Like, I can't do it anymore, obviously, because I'm losing weight and trying to be healthier, but I could just take a scoop of mayonnaise and eat that raw. I love the taste of mayonnaise. So, but a salad dressing, no. They don't just slather in mayonnaise. That's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing just like. Actually, that was a perfect mayonnaise sound. Did y'all hear that? I'm like Gabriel Iglesias up in here. That was a perfect glob of mayonnaise sound. Just huck it in there. Alright, apparently this game broke too, so apparently I am just not meant to stream today, is what the hint I am getting right now with all of my games breaking. just found Santa hair on my keyboard from when we played the Grinch. It has been there far too long. Alright, let's, I guess, reboot the game. Time for a solitaire. You know, I was not quite solitaire, but I was missing, do y'all remember playing, Space Cadet Pinball? I was kind of missing Space Cadet Pinball. That was a really fun game back in the day. Where'd all my hand sanitizer go? Alright, mission complete. Next mission. Geological survey. This one's a little bit tougher, so we're not going to be able to bring our fun... Solitaire has an app, or Space Cadet Pinball has an app? I would be very impressed if Space Cadet Pinball has an app. Alright, we're going to need some stuff for defending, so let's grab some... let's grab some incinerary mines. You know, that's a fun one. Let's grab a mortar sentry. Let's grab a de-escalator. That's a fun one. And oh, for fun, a Gatling barrage. Space Cadet has an app, really? Like on the micro, like I can just go download it. We can play Space Cadet Pinball again. We might have to do that. That might be a stream now. There's a couple. We need to stream Space Cadet Pinball. After Ben was talking about it yesterday, we kind of need to play Shadow of Mordor. I'm really craving Shadow of Mordor after we were talking about it the other day. And then we have coming in the mail, we have the new... oh, what do you call it? The new Legend of Zelda Muso game, Hyrule something. Let's knock these guys out of the air. Alright, that's one problem solved. Time to solve the next problem. Let's take out this nest. And maybe there's either there's a spore thing here or there's a charger. We're not sure which one yet. Probably a charger. Yeah. I don't know how the electricity travels through the ground on them there, but that worked surprisingly well. I'm kind of excited to try the Hyrule Warriors. You know, I'm not typically a large Legend of Zelda fan, and the first game was kind of disappointing, but they've had what, 3 games now to make it work on, so I assume that they've got it kind of perfected now, so I'm kind of excited to see what they did with that one, so... We also need to stream Ocarina of Time, since I always talk about how it's the most overrated game ever. I do need to play that on stream so we can show our proof, right? It's like math class. We need to show our work and show why I believe it is the most overrated game to ever exist. So at some point we're going to have to play that game. Oh, we're in trouble. We're running. See if we can get them stuck in that spot, because that orbital is walking towards us very slowly, but it is. They took Space Cadet down. I wonder if it was like a copyright thing. I wonder if like they didn't have permission and they literally just like stole the game, you know? I wonder if they literally stole Space Cadet. Which, I mean, does anyone profit off of Space Cadet anymore? Like, that game is so old. Like, does anyone actually own the rights to it anymore? Like, I would be curious if there even is money to be made on that. I've heard that there's a really good pinball game on the Switch. Someone said that there's, like, I forget what it's called, like, Beast or The Devil or something like that. Apparently there's a really, really good pinball game on the Switch, so we're going to try that at some point, too. I like pinball. I would totally play on a real pinball machine if it didn't cost like a real pinball machine's like $5,000 for an actual pinball machine, and that's not including like the cost and time that it takes to learn how to properly like service it and maintenance it and all that. So like that's too much. That's how much it costs to repipe my house. Like I don't think I'm gonna get that anytime soon, but it is cool. And I do like that pinball machines are making a comeback. Alright, that guy should be toast. Okay, that problem is solved. On to the next problem. There's a ton of dudes today. Where are all these bugs coming from? Oh, we're in real danger here. We're in real trouble. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, we're gonna die. I can't believe we didn't die. I don't know how we're going to solve that problem. We do not have the weapons equipped to solve that problem right there. I guess we're just going to unload grenades in its face until the problem goes away. I love this fully automatic grenade launcher. Let's get some more ammo going. Oh, hello there. I forgot about you. I'm sorry, I forgot about you. This match is extra chaotic. I don't know what I did, but today we got a little extra chaos for some reason. I don't know who we upset, but Joel is a little extra spicy today, apparently. we're making it though. I know I'm going to curse myself here, right? I'm going to say that, hey, we're making it. We're doing okay. We haven't died, and then I'm going to immediately die. We're close to that point. All right, we got that guy. We tagged that guy. We got that. We're still alive. We're still. Oh, there's a stalker. That's bad. Okay, that's real bad. There's a stalker nest. Oh, I think I see it over there though. Okay, we need to go take care of that right now. Into the thick of it. Also, we are now officially under a year away. I kickstarted almost a year ago. The Helldivers, the board game, is allegedly coming out in October, and that felt like it's so far away. But we're making it. We're already through the year, so we're almost to Helldivers, the board game. Another call-in, my dude. Oh my goodness. I thought I cleared that out, but apparently I didn't. So now we're in some serious trouble because that stalker lair is still there. We can do this. We can do this. Minor setback. We are not making very much progress though. We are going way too slow for this. These bugs really want this planet. Okay. Take two. Let's try this again. Alright, draw them all over here. And now those mines should, hopefully, deal with some of those bugs. That guy just landed in an active minefield, so he's about to have a real bad day. All right, we're gonna try and go up and around. We called in all the stuff over there, so maybe, just maybe, there won't be anyone on this side. I think we're right. Come on, climb, climb, Helldiver, climb. All right, that's gonna at least take a little bit of pressure off of us. We're still not in a great position, but that's at least a little bit of pressure off. And we might be able to recover our stuff over here. Nice. Okay. Look at that. We're making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. I was already here. Is that how that goes? Okay. Let's hellbomb this and let's get out of here. Low on ammo. Morale's low. Low on supplies. What are we going to do today? Better run, guys. That's going to blow. Told you. Told you to run, but you didn't. Let's cover our backside here with some mines. That should hopefully prevent us from getting... And so why did you land in the minefield again, bro? You can literally see the beacon. Why would you land in the active minefield? Okay. Our backs are covered. We've got a little bit of support from my mortars. We're flying around like a Mandalorian. Which, speaking of Mandalorians, you know, I got the Beyblades. Let's talk about the Beyblades. Apparently there is a special Star Wars Mandalorian crossover Beyblade that I kind of want to get. Like, how cool is that? A crossover. As Mr. Peanut Butter would say, what is this? A crossover episode? I think it's time for a rewatch of that, actually. You know how long it's been since I've watched BoJack? That was such a good show. Like, there's one of those things, like, I do miss about, like, things being episodic. You know, right now, when a new TV show comes out, they'll shadow drop, like, the entire season. Everyone will binge watch it in a day, and then you're done with it. Like, I do miss when TV was something, like, you'd talk about the next episode, and then you'd have to wait for a week for the next episode to come out after that, and then you'd all talk about, like, the next episode. Like, I do kind of miss that camaraderie of all watching a TV show and then going into work the next day and then talking about said TV show. But I also do much prefer when they drop an entire season all at once rather than, like, okay, new TV show came out. I like that. It's got one episode out, so we're going to be watching this for a year until the season's complete. Like, I do like the ability to watch it all at once, but I do also miss the camaraderie, you know, sitting around the water cooler talking about whatever the TV show was of the week. Lost, I think, would probably be the big one. I know a lot of people talked about Lost back when that was first coming out. That is one that I never watched. I'm sorry, I do not know Lost. I could not tell you anything about Lost. Alright, I gotta go. I gotta AFK for 1 second. I have to do my duty. I need to make sure Emmy gets up. She's got to work a special shift today, and that sucks. So I'm going to AFK really quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Looks like my team didn't miss me too much. We got a Shrieker's Nest up there. I don't have anything that I can hit that with from here, I don't think, unfortunately. So we're going to have to do this the old school way. And we're going to have to run all the way up there and thrash that thing, I think. Dude, these guys keep running into the fire. Why do they keep flying directly into my mines and my fire? Like, they're like flies flying into a bug zapper right now. I do not get it. Alright, we're almost there. Just gotta climb the mountain now. This is so much easier when you've got better weapons. I do not know why I selected the weapons I selected for this mission, but we're making it. Oh, we're almost there. Come on. Come on, Hellbomb. Faster. We need you much faster. Slowly fly away. Did that take out the Bile Titan too? Did we, Success! We got the Bile Titan too. No, we didn't. Thought we did, but nope, we didn't get him. Okay, we came in the backside here, which is good, because our allies couldn't get in here, so let's, close this up for them. They've been doing a good job distracting. Oh, hello there. Oh, we're dead. How are we not dead? I do not know. Fly! Fly out of there! Holy cow! We should be dead. That was we were like under a mountain of corpses. I do not know how we survived that one. He cooked me with my own grenade. That was pretty darn impressive. He was smart enough to walk my own grenade up into me. I'm not even mad. I'm genuinely impressed. Like that bug was displaying some smart behavior right there. That was kind of impressive. All right, we're in some serious trouble here, though. My team has been chewing through some reinforcements like no others, so we might not be making it off of this planet alive. I'm starting to have some doubts that we'll make it out of this one. "17 minutes, 2 reinforcements. It's not looking good. It's not looking good today." And I think I think that's a patrol right up here. I see one there. That mortar's doing work, though. Yeah, we are not making off this planet alive. My allies are having a rough game here. Which, I mean, it happens. It happens. We all have had a bad day. Pretty sure that's a Coldplay song. 'Cause you had a bad day. Or is that Train? Might be Train. They're like the ones who'd like the Hey Soul Sister song, right? I don't know where that guy's going, but bye. Waffles is here. You know, I owe you an apology, Waffles. My app messed up, so when you commented on one of my posts, it said you commented under the Waffle Hunter post. That's why my replies were so weird, was because it told me that you were replying under a different post, so I was replying to you thinking you were replying on a different post than you actually were. So that is why that reply was so weird, was because my app messed up and said that you were replying on a different place. So that is why that did not make sense. My app was buggy. Because it was on that. I made that post that guy that said I hunt waffles, and apparently you posted not on that but on something else, and I told you better hide too, because I thought, oh, well, your name is Waffles also, so I hunt waffles would also be threatening you. But yeah, technology. How's it going today? Are you excited for Friday? I am great. Today is the first day of vacation for me, so I have finally made it to vacation. So I am off until the 29th. It's the start of my vacation is what's happening on Friday. So finally I get some time to sit down and play all the board games I've been wanting to play. I got some time to play with the Beyblades I've been wanting to play with. I get some time to make some movies. I get so much time to do all the things that I wanted to do. So that might be why we're losing so many teammates, is someone is out here with a shock stick. That could be the reason we're having so many team kills this time around. This guy's out here shocking people. What are you doing, dude? Alright, fast. B5, B5. Oh wow, that is a lot of dudes. Run! Faster! Faster, Helldiver, there we go. Oh, they called a napalm down on us, right on top of us. We're in trouble. We're just gonna casually walk away from that one. How long have you been streaming for? So, that's a tough question. Technically, I've had my YouTube account for 4 years, and I had TikTok for 5 years, and I've streamed between TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, all those, but I didn't take it seriously until about 2 years ago. So about 2 years ago now, officially November of 2023 is when I really started like trying to be serious about being a streamer. Big Benjamin, welcome in. And then, oh, how long have I been streaming today? I started streaming at 5 a.m. today, so I've been at it for about an hour and a half. I learned quickly, though, that all the advice you get truly is the correct advice. Like, streaming one game, having a niche, all that sort of thing definitely helps you grow. And I refuse to play that game. You know, I play whatever I want, do whatever I want, all that. So I have grown very slowly. But the upside to growing very slowly is I have a very small, tight-knit, cool group of dudes who hang out. We're doing good today, Benjamin. It's a good day. It's the start of my vacation. We're gonna play some board games today. We were just talking about the Helldivers board game. I just got an update about that actually, so I wanted to see what that is. It looks like they have a new initiative order board and a revamped multifunctional mission status board for the board game. So yeah, we got a really cool game. I'm really excited for this one. Check this out. It is called Necro Molds, and I'm super, super excited about this one because it is, think Warhammer with Play-Doh. So the way the game works is you have these literal molds, and you start with a certain amount of Play-Doh, and you get to make your army at the start of each game out of Play-Doh, and bigger monsters take more Play-Doh, so you get to decide, okay, do I want smaller monsters? Do I want bigger monsters? How do I want to strategize my team? That's really cool. And then when you take out your enemies, you literally take them out. Like, you get a little ring, and you have to literally squash your opponents to destroy their necro molds. So I'm really excited to get to play that, because that sounds like silly, obnoxious fun. So I'm really excited for that. I don't think YouTube tells me you do live streams because you do the shorts live streams, not the regular. It's possible. If you check, there's also like, I hate to say this because every YouTuber says it, but you know, ring that bell. There should be like a little bell notification, and if you click on that, sometimes you have to change those settings so that it'll actually tell you when I'm live, because sometimes it only tells you like when I post and things like that. So, and I would have been live on Wednesday because, like I said, I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'm very regular on that. But Monday we had a huge windstorm, or excuse me, Wednesday we had a huge windstorm, and I lost power for a day. So I literally could not stream. And now we've got flood warnings left and right, and that's... It's been a month, I'll tell you what. We had to repipe our entire house. We had to get a new washer. We had to get a new dryer. Our power went out, and now we have to risk a flood. Excuse me. So it has been a month. I'm ready for a easy month. I do not want any more issues. We have had non-stop problems for a while now, so I'm ready for no problems. I'm ready for it to go easy on us for a bit. Sorry, what's your question? What part couldn't you hear? Alright, the mines are doing their duty. The mines are doing their job. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Waffles. I think something glitched out for a second there. Alright. We've got 6 minutes left to beat this map. And we still have the main objective. This can be tough. Yeah, I don't know. It might be related to the power outage. Like our internet went down, and our internet everything's been kind of So it's possible my stream is not streaming in the highest of quality because we've had some internet problems and other problems. All right, let's run. We've got to finish this mission. We've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Helldivers. There's a crater where my body used to be. It clipped into yeah, I was playing PUBG this morning, like an hour ago. So it must have reset you back to like the start of the stream for some reason. All right, says there's some supplies here, so we're gonna use some stims to run faster to get these supplies because we got 4 minutes and we need all of our tools at our disposal if we're gonna beat this last part here. So I can't believe we're gonna make it through this mission. We were doing so poorly on this mission, and now we're finally banding together to make this. Okay. There's that. We're going to call in a resupply here, and we're going to drop our mines there. And hopefully that should give enough room. Okay. Alright, here it goes. What do you play on? I play on everything. I stream from my PC, but I also have a PS5 and a Switch too, so, you know, I play it all. In fact, we have the new Hyrule Warriors coming out. Gamefly is sending that. I should get that today or tomorrow, so next week we'll probably play a little bit of that. After Ben was talking about it, I kind of really want to play Shadows of Mordor, so we're going to do that. And we're going to use the Switch 2 to play Ocarina of Time so that I can be a Zelda hater on Ocarina of Time. Dex is here again. Welcome back, Dex. Need some excitement. You know, if you would have went to your holiday party last night, that probably would have been pretty exciting, so just saying. Bring in the trolls. It has been a little while since we've had some trolls. You know, that is a good point. I have not seen trolls in a while. We haven't been the YouTube algorithm hasn't given us enough attention that we haven't attracted any attention, honestly. Which game are you playing? I am playing Helldivers 2. We were originally playing the PUBG Black Budget alpha this morning, but that alpha broke, so we weren't able to finish it, so we moved on to Helldivers 2 for the time being. I've been playing Ocarina of Time on my half-brother's N64. like I say every time we talk about Ocarina of Time, I don't think Ocarina of Time is a bad game, but I do think it is the most overrated game of all time. Do you play horror games? Yes, I like horror games. We played Five Nights at Freddy's on stream. We played a couple Korean camera horror games. I actually have a key for a horror game. If y'all want to play it, I have. It's called The Saint. It is a new horror game coming out, and I have a early access key to The Saint. We can play as a horror game as well. So I do enjoy a good horror game, but I am a little bit of a wuss. So I don't always do the best at them, but I do like horror games. Is my background real? No. I am a disorganized and a messy person, so I can never have the perfect streamer background. So I commissioned an artist to create a realistic 3D background so that I can green screen myself into it to make it a little bit better, because I can never have that perfect low light purple and blue with like the bookshelf perfect lighting. I can't do that. I am not streamer enough to have a perfect background. So green screen it is. They did a very good job on it. I am very impressed with how good they did on the background. I am very impressed with that. I would commission more artwork for them, but I am pure broke for a little bit, so there will be no more artwork for a little while, unfortunately. I would like more artwork, but Christmas and, like I said, preparing the house took everything out of me, so I've got nothing left. Will you ever do a regular live stream and not a YouTube short stream? Maybe. I was playing around. I did for a little bit. I had a dual stream going, so it would stream to both YouTube shorts and regular. But here's the thing. One, streaming is so oversaturated that if you... Tony is here. Peter, good morning. That if you're just streaming regular streaming, your chances of getting discovered are so low, whereas having a short stream means I have a little bit more discoverability, and most people watch on their phones anyways, so having it in the vertical position is truly better for like 80% of my audience. So like at a certain point, it's just my audience prefers the short stream, so I could dual stream, but I haven't gotten that far yet. What is your favorite game of all time? That's a tough question. I think the game I've put the most time into is World of Warcraft, and there's definitely a lot of great parts about World of Warcraft. So maybe World of Warcraft. I super love Metal Gear Solid 3, but also Helldivers. So one of those three: World of Warcraft, Helldivers, or Metal Gear Solid 3. YouTube is adding a feature where you can stream in horizontal and vertical format at the same time. It'll count as the same stream. I've heard that. I haven't seen it yet. I think that will be awesome. The only problem I have with that is right now I've been using OBS to dual stream, and that streams both vertical and horizontal to YouTube, and it takes you out of the short stream when you do that. And having the vertical for short stream is like half the benefit of streaming vertical. So you lose a lot of discoverability. But when they add it as an actual feature, maybe they'll include that. So the deal breaker for me is that when they add official support, if it still puts you in the short stream, I will do it. If it doesn't, then I won't do it, because half the reason for streaming vertical is to be in the short stream for discoverability and being able to be seen. I have not played Granny, no, but a few viewers have brought up Granny before. I've heard of it, but I haven't played it. I was actually, you reminded me, I was going to talk to Sean about his stream time. Because last night you were streaming the same time as Sean is, and I know Sean's struggling to, get people on the show and build his YouTube and all that. I think he needs to move his show, because if he's streaming at the same time you're streaming, like, that's Catholic Answers author and P-Tony streaming at the same time. Like, you only watch one stream, right? So he might need to move his stream by an hour or two so he's not streaming at the same time you are. Do you play Minecraft? I have played Minecraft. I'm not very good at Minecraft. But there is, someone on Reddit posted about a Catholic Minecraft server opening up in January, and they're looking for Catholic creators to help it grow and do all that sort of thing. So I might join a Minecraft server in January to help out the Catholic Minecraft server. Do you know Dream? I'm pretty sure Dream is the really big Minecraft streamer, right? He's got like the green like face for his thumbnail, and it says like Dream in pink letters. That dude, like, I've never watched him, but I know of his existence. Catholic streaming is growing. We are getting more and more Catholic streamers by the day, which is awesome, but it also, there's only so many Catholics and there's only so many people watching, so it diminishes the audience. So it's tough as more and more people come in here, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, right? We want more people to do it. We want more people out here evangelizing. We want more people participating. So we'll take it. Waffles and Dream are actually neighbors IRL. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemies. Where I live in a terrible, terrible, terrible neighborhood. So I hope no one ever has to live in the neighborhood I live in. Do you think Dream manhunts are staged? I've never watched his manhunts, but it wouldn't surprise me, because, like, here's the thing about YouTube. Like, actual organic things do okay. But if you actually want your videos to be watched and viewed and blow up, typically they have to be staged. So, like, that's just the reality of it, right? Like, the views go towards the staged, over-the-top, clickbaity sort of things. So, probably staged. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I live in Oregon. We are a little bit underwater right now, but it is one of the best places to live. Like, if you can ever visit the Pacific Northwest, we got a rainforest, we have a high desert, we have the beach, we have every biome you could think of. We've got it all here. United States. But if you're not in the United States, the reason why you're watching me is because I am an early morning streamer. I stream at 5 a.m. Pacific time. So I tend to get a lot of Australians and people from, like, India and Germany, because my time zones link up. But I am in the United States of America. Begrudgingly. There are some days, like, Trump just announced his Hunger Games that he's putting together for next year, and it definitely makes me not want to be a part of the United States sometime. PUBG versus Call of Duty, which is better? They're both garbage now, but I would say PUBG was slightly better in its heyday. Call of Duty just announced, though, that their Call of Duty is not doing yearly releases anymore. They have finally gotten sick of everyone complaining about their yearly releases. So apparently Call of Duty is going to take some time to make a better Call of Duty, so maybe the next Call of Duty won't be so bad. We can hope, but as of right now, Call of Duty hasn't been relevant or good since, like, Modern Warfare, right? So and my mech blew up. Excellent. Good job, One Man Clan Noob, for dropping a barrage right on my mech suit. A+ gaming. Australia, it's 10:42 at night, 8:12 p.m. Yeah, I get the late nighters. I get all around the world. I get people from all over the world, and it's so cool, right? It's so cool to get to talk to, like, that is what the internet was made for, right? That is the wonder of the internet, is that I get to talk to someone in India, I get to talk to someone in Australia, we get to talk to people in America, like, we get it all, and that's really cool to get to see. I like the USA, but not Donald Trump. That is a valid opinion. That is a valid one to have. But apparently, so next year, it was announced like 2 days ago, 1 day ago, Trump wants to take the most fit male and female child from each state and bring them to Washington to compete in a like Olympic style competition against each other for like his entertainment, which sounds very Hunger Games-esque. I'm curious to see where it goes, but my chances are this does not end well. But that's going to happen next year. Instead of the Olympics, we're going to have the strongest male and female child from each state go to Washington and compete for the love and affection of the president. What an honor, sorta, kinda. What if there's a brawl? There's no doubt that it turns... There's no doubt in my mind that it turns into a brawl or some sort of problem. Like, you don't take a bunch of teenagers, especially male and female. Like, you don't take a bunch of hormonal teenagers at the peak of physical fitness and cram them into a small area together. Like, that is going to turn into brawls and hormones and probably some teenage pregnancy real fast. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that that goes horribly in every way, shape, and form. Which country do you like? I mean, the only country I can really have an opinion on is the United States of America, because that's the only one I've ever lived in. You know, it's hard to form an opinion on other countries if you haven't lived there. I really want to see Italy, Scotland, Japan. So those are the countries I'd really like to visit, and I hope that they live up to my expectations. You know, I got to see the Vatican. I'm Catholic, so seeing the Vatican is obviously like a bucket list item. Japan, I'm a total weeb. I like anime. I like manga. I like all the neon signs. I love the idea of Japan. Is Japan actually that good? Who knows? You know, it's not perfect. It definitely has flaws and problems too. There are parts of India I'd like to see, but I see a lot of negative things about India, but also like a lot of that comes from Reddit, and Reddit also tends to be pretty negative and racist at times, so I don't know if those negative things are actually like truly negative things. I'm only scared to go to the USA because of guns. I'd say that, you know, you don't have to worry, but we just had that mass shooting at Brown University. So it is a valid concern. It is definitely a valid concern. Indian government sucks. It's not even the government. I've heard that like there's a lot of like the air quality, like there's a lot of, because of regulations probably related to the government, that the sanitation, that the air quality, all those sort of things are not the greatest either. So I'd still like to see some things. I'm a photographer first and foremost. I am a photographer, so you know, going to India to take photos, I would go anywhere. My dream is to eventually get to take photos for National Geographic. So anywhere in the world National Geographic wants to send me to take photos, I would absolutely jump at the opportunity. I would jump at the opportunity to do like a African safari. I would do like an Alaskan cruise for taking photos of like all sorts. I would do photos anywhere, so I would visit anything. I realized I didn't get recommended to your live stream because I was playing Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, so I'm debating going back to Monster Hunter Wilds. The CEO of that group, or like the creator, said that he's asking everyone who quit the game because of poor performance to come back and give it one more try. So were you playing on PC? And if you were playing on PC, did they really improve it? Because I do want to go back and enjoy Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter Wilds, I literally couldn't play the game because it ran so poorly on my PC. How old are you? You're looking like 30. I am 34. So, pretty close, pretty close. Alright, we just unlocked the maxi gun, so let's try out the maximum gun. Play with that for a little bit. Let's see. Let's grab a rail cannon strike. Let's grab a 500 kg. And let's grab a... oh, let's say a laser, just in case things get real bad. Runs fine on PS5, or at least for you. Well, so the PS5 was pretty good. Apparently they had a lot of problems optimizing the PC, which I get. You know, there's a million different graphics cards, drivers, RAM, processors. Like, optimizing for PCs is tough, but I couldn't complete a hunt. Every single hunt, I was instantly kicked out of the hunt because of crashing and disconnects and things like that. So, like, I love Monster Hunter, but it just didn't run well. But they said they fixed it, so I am going to go back and play Monster Hunter again here soon. Is bullying common in American schools? You know, it's becoming less and less common, and I'm torn on how I feel about that, honestly. I know this is gonna sound really mean and really awful, but I was reading last night that it is becoming more and more common for children to enter into kindergarten through 3rd grade without being toilet trained. And I was reading some teacher horror stories last night about 1st graders who will literally, like, they'll just go in their pants and demand that the teacher come and change them and take care of them, and they're not being bullied for it, apparently. So you know, I don't want to say bullying needs to make a comeback, but at the same time, like, the shame and bullying does have like a little bit of place in society if we're shaming children into doing what is right and proper, right? You should not have children who are actively comfortable using a diaper in front of their classmates and being changed in front of their classmates and not fighting repercussions for that, right? Like, barring medical conditions and other things, you know, we're not talking about medical conditions. We're talking about people who are able to but choose not to, right? Like, that is a part where, like, shame and bullying may have a use in society for that particular sort of issue. You know, it's the same thing with, like, kids who listen to their rap music on the back of the bus on loudspeakers, right? Like, a little bit of bullying and shaming for doing that could be healthy for society to be able to properly train those people what is and is not acceptable in a public space. You know, I hate going on hikes and hearing somebody hiking with a giant Bluetooth speaker on the back of their backpack and just blaring garbage rap music while I'm trying to enjoy the sounds of birds and nature, you know? So I don't want to be an advocate for bullying. That is not what I'm saying, but I am saying that shame and bullying do have a little bit of a place in our society. When children aren't raised right, it is up to the society to parent that child where their parents have failed them. Oh, I need this resupply so bad. Quickly. Stems. I can't believe I got those in time. Holy cow. I can't believe I lived through that much. we definitely lived through a lot there. Oh, call me back in fast. So yeah, bullying has become less common, and that is a great thing. But there are some problems in our society that are ongoing because of that that change in society. But like teachers are also reporting and saying like they see much less of like cliques and like kids who are overly harsh, like, oh, you're not a cheerleader, let's make fun of you. And like Emmy pointed out, we went to a parade the other day, and there was a whole sect of like plus size cheerleaders, and there was a period of time where you would never see plus size cheerleaders. So seeing like plus size cheerleaders being accepted in society was really great to see that. So it's a multifaceted issue, I guess is the best way to put it. Or, you know, like the trope I hate, and I know this trope exists. I know these people exist, but like the kids who got sucked into like the Andrew Tate black pilled pheromone maxing. Like if a kid says I am actively not showering because I'm pheromone maxing, and they smell like a Yu-Gi-Oh player, you know, maybe that kid does need some gentle pushing from society as a whole to act correctly. And I can say that as a stupid kid. Here's your gross dumb waffles fact of the day. I will fully own this as being a dumb, smelly, stupid teenager. There was one summer vacation where I thought to myself, I wonder what happens if I don't wear deodorant for 3 months, all during summer vacation. If I never put on deodorant, how smelly will it get? I should have been bullied for that. 100% deserved it. That is not acceptable in society. They should give the Maxi Gun 1,000 bullets because of the name. I don't know how I feel. I just unlocked the Maxi Gun fully, so I haven't really played with it a whole lot. I don't really know how I feel about it so far. Like, it's not bad, but it's not great. That was the harshest bullying at my school. Some kids broke into a girl's locker room and left soap. I get that's embarrassing and that's harsh, but sometimes it's needed, right? Like, sometimes kids don't understand subtlety. Sometimes they need a little bit more oomph to fully understand and grasp the severity of what is being said to them, right? So like, I get it, it's harsh, it sucks in the moment, but my hope is that, you know, when they grow up, they'll look back on that and like, yeah, I understand why the kids did that. I understand why I experienced that. But I also know for many kids, you know, that's not necessarily their fault, right? That, again, goes back to neglect, poor parenting, all those things. Those kids should be being directed by their parents how to properly hygiene themselves. And I know that there's some kids out there who can't afford soap and that their parents don't buy them soap and they don't get a choice in it. I understand that not every kid gets a choice in it, and that's why I'm hesitant to say, like, yeah, it needs to happen, because I also understand some kids don't get a choice in it. Like, I was watching there was a lady last night who was talking about being a recipient of the angel tree, you know, where every year, if you can't afford Christmas gifts, you go on a list and people donate gifts to you so you can still have Christmas. And she was talking about how she felt like a queen when someone would donate deodorant and soap, because she didn't have deodorant or soap or anything in her house. So for Angel Tree, they would donate soap to her, and she, for the first time in months, would be able to clean herself with soap and have deodorant. And like, that's not her fault, right? That is a failing of the parent that they don't have those things to them. So does she deserve to get bullied for it? No, she doesn't get control over it. And that ultimately goes back to, that's a failure of the parents. That's a failure of our society. The fact that we live in a society where we have children who don't have access to food, who don't have access to soap, that don't have access to shampoo, that says something about the United States of America as a whole, not just the parents, but as a society. That is a failure of our society through and through and through. That guy just dodged that by going underground? Australia's summer right now. During the day, it's normally 40 degrees outside. Okay. This is America. We don't use those Celsius units. Let's see if we can convert that Celsius to American units and figure out 40 degrees. Let's see. 40 degrees Celsius should put you at, I want to say that's about 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Give or take. My understanding with Australian heat is that it is dry, so you don't have the humidity that goes with it that usually makes it unbearable. So I could see 100 degrees not being too bad if there was no humidity to go with it. If there was humidity with it, I could definitely see that being a problem. Oh, I blew myself up. There is a lot of humidity. Okay, Google. Can you convert 40 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, please? $104 I was so close. I know I said this last time, but that is the way that I fully know that I am on the spectrum. The fact that I can convert Celsius in my head with decent accuracy, I'm pretty sure means that I should like trains a whole lot more than I like trains. I should not be that good at converting Celsius in my head. Alright, the crater's over here, which means my gear should be over here. 40 degrees is the lowest? That is too much. There's another reason I like the Pacific Northwest. The Pacific Northwest typically stays between 40 degrees and, this is Fahrenheit, so, you know, it's not going to make as much sense to you. It stays to just above freezing and below the 40 degrees Celsius. So, like, it's pretty mild and tepid, which is very nice for most of the year. You know, it's a little wet, but I will take a little bit of wetness over scorching heat and blizzards and all those other problems that people face. Holy cow, that is a lot of bugs. Minigun time. That is so many bugs. I suppose it's not that bad if you're used to it, but like, you take someone from like, I'm trying to think of a place that's mild, like Washington. Washington's pretty mild. You take a Washingtonian and you throw them into that, and I'm pretty sure that they would fry. The thing I like about this minigun, even though it's not the most meta weapon, like it's not the best gun, as I said, like it's got some flaws, it is fun. And at the end of the day, isn't that what matters in a game? Like, truly, if a gun is fun, it doesn't matter if it's meta or not, right? Like, as long as it's fun to use, that's all that matters. Someday I will make it to Australia. I do want to make it to Australia someday, even though I guess this isn't technically Australia. I would love to see the Lord of the Rings, the Shire. I'm pretty sure that's New Zealand, which is not Australia. But I would like to see Australia someday. However, I think that's a bottom of the bucket list sort of item, if for no other reason because I know Emmy doesn't like spiders, and I know Australia's, kind of notorious for their giant spiders, so convincing her to visit Australia is probably going to be a really hard sell. Probably a really, really hard sell, if I'm being honest about it. The Vatican's easy because we both want to meet the Pope. It would be so cool if we got to meet Pope Leo. You know how cool that would be to meet Pope Leo in person? So, Vatican, easy sell. Scotland, I got some Scottish heritage, so that's going to be awesome. KFC Crusader, Monster Hunter Wilds 4 Update 4 is out at this point. I'm not sure if you're willing to give it another chance. We were actually just talking about that. Camera, welcome in, KFC. I do want to give Monster Hunter Wilds another chance. I did plan on going back, so if the Update 4 is officially out on PC, I do plan on giving Monster Hunter Wilds another chance. I love Monster Hunter, so I will give it another chance. 100%. I'm really hoping that they have a new Monster Hunter mobile game coming out, Monster Hunter Outlanders, and I'm really hoping that that's going to be really good too. KFC also, speaking of KFC, since we have KFC in the chat right now, if you have a KFC near you, they are bringing back potato wedges for a limited time. And if you've never had a potato wedge, a seasoned potato wedge is just amazing. However, I did learn, so this is one of those weird fun facts you'll learn. Weird fun fact. In America, we have both what we call potato wedges and JoJo's. And people think that they are interchangeable. And they are not interchangeable. There is a difference between a potato wedge and a JoJo. So you have to try both. Let's get the official. Oh, that was way too close. Okay, Google. What is the difference between a potato wedge and a American-style JoJo? Oh, it says the difference is how they are cooked. So try a JoJo if you've never had one. JoJo's are really good. Australian KFC is different. From what I've heard, every American-style fast food restaurant in other countries is just better. I know someone, I think it was Samyak, was from India. I've heard that Indian McDonald's is really good because I'm a vegetarian. So I know that they've got a vegetarian burger apparently that is very, very good. Like a masala burger in Indian McDonald's. I really want to try Indian McDonald's for the masala burger. Although another one, if you didn't know this, if you are a vegetarian in America, Taco Bell is like the best vegetarian restaurant in the world. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but they make so many customizations and it's so good and it's actually not terrible for you. Oh, KFC, you're Mozzarella. Welcome back, Mozzarella. Long time no see. I've never seen a Taco Bell in your life. It is... I was far enough. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I was close enough to that one. I don't believe that should have happened. If you want the full experience, here's my recommendation. Since you'll probably have to come to America to see a Taco Bell, come to America and go to Las Vegas. Because not only do you get the Vegas experience, but the Taco Bells in Vegas can sell booze. So they have slushy machines full of all sorts of different fun and vibrant drinks. So come to America and come to our Vegas Taco Bells and experience the glory that is going to a Taco Bell at 3 a.m. and drinking booze and eating a terrible taco. And that is the proper... I will stand by the proper way to enjoy Taco Bell is to go while you are drunk at 3 a.m. and order $20 worth of food off of the value menu. So you just have a giant sack of greasy, nasty burritos. That is an amazing experience that I truly believe everyone should experience once in their life. At least once. Gone to a lot of places outside Australia. I don't want to be mean, but I don't want to go to America when Trump is president. Hey, valid. Like, the fact that they were trying to, like, they were announcing, I don't know if they actually got it passed, but they were talking about requiring 5 years of social media history before you're allowed to enter the country if you're coming from out of the country. Like, I get that. Why would you want to give your DNA, face scan, and all your social media to... No, I get that. So I'm not offended by that at all. I 100% understand that and think that that is a smart decision to make to not put yourself in that bad position, because that is not a good position to be in. I 100% support you on that. Going to Japan next year? Now that I'm jealous of. I want to see Japan so bad. Someday I will make it to Japan, but this next year is not the year. But I definitely want to go to Japan. I have heard so many great things. The hard part about going to Japan is going to be, like, I want to go to downtown Tokyo. I want the full experience of, like, being lost in downtown Tokyo, like, surrounded by buildings and neon lights and all that. But, like, I also want to see, like, the shrines and, like, the countryside and all the smaller parts of it as well. So, like, it's going to be tough for me to go to Japan because I want to see it all. And I understand that is tough to do, right? Like, it's tough to see it all in one trip. And it's expensive to go back, so you want to squeeze it all in. But you also don't want to, like... You don't want to be rushed the entire time, right? Like, you don't want to go to a foreign country and be on vacation just to be rushed and stressed the entire time. So, Japan is going to be a tough one to visit. Do you know where you're going in Japan yet? Like, do you know what cities or islands you're going to be visiting? Let's mow down some spires here with our minigun. Okay, dude, I can't see when you do that. What is going on down here? All right, these underground guys are really annoying me. So let's pop them out of the ground really quick. All right, that should solve that problem. I'm going to Tokyo and Shibuya. Very cool. You're going to have to tell me all about that, because I love Japan. I am a little bit of a weeb. I'm not too ashamed to admit that. I love everything Japan. Going next Easter. Ooh, exciting. Easter trip. Every time I hear Shibuya, I think of that beautiful Sukuna versus Mahoraga fight. I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds cool. I don't know if American Easter is different. It depends. Like, obviously, as a Catholic, Easter is very important to me. But most of America doesn't do, like, really anything big for Easter. You know, it's just kind of like maybe some sales, maybe some Easter eggs. It's not really that big of a deal for most people in America, but for me, you know, I do the whole Lent thing. You know, I do the giving stuff up and celebrating it all properly. In fact, every year I give something up for Lent. So this is something you might not know about waffles. So here's some more deep waffles lore. So every year for Lent, I try and go hardcore. I have yet to convince. I want to do a year where I give up shoes, no shoes for all of Lent. The problem with that one is trying to walk outside. You know, in our dirty cities that are full of nails and glass and things like that. I still want to make it happen some year. Some year I will make it happen where I wear no shoes for all of Lent. But one year I gave up meat and I became a vegetarian from it. So that was a really big Lent for me to do that. One year I gave up anger and it really helped to change my entire mood and outlook on life. And I'm definitely a better person for it. And I'm thinking about maybe this year for my big challenging Lent thing, I am thinking about giving up the joy of food. It's so hard being young. There's so many things I want to do, but so many things that limit me. It is a constant struggle. When you're young, you want to do things, but you don't have any money for it. When you're older, you have the money for it, but you don't have the time for it. And when you're old, you have the time and the money for it, but you don't have the energy for it. So it is a constant balancing act. But for Lent this year, I'm considering giving up like all seasoning on food. Like only eating bland oatmeal, only eating like raw chickpeas. Like I want it to be a healthy, balanced meal, but I am thinking of giving up all like the comfort and joy of food and having like really, really basic, bland food so that I can enjoy food as a fuel source, but not as a thing of gluttony and enjoyment. And I feel like that is definitely going to be an extreme Lent challenge, which I like to do the extreme challenges for Lent. So I'm thinking that might be my Lenten challenge this year is like for breakfast will be 2 unseasoned eggs and a unseasoned boiled potato. Dinner might be like a tortilla with unseasoned rice and like broccoli or green beans in it. What's the game name? This is Helldivers 2. I could never give up on tasty food. If I was sin, it would be gluttony. Say, I have been there. I have been there. I have lived that. That is how I got to be 440 pounds. So I have spent a lot of time and effort changing my relationship with food. In fact, weight loss goal was just met yesterday. I did my weigh-in, and I am now in the 250s, which almost puts me at that's 190 pounds lost. So my relationship with food is messy and messed up, and that's why a lot of my Lent stuff has to do with food, because I am fixing that messed up relationship with food. On the flip side, however, I do not want to give myself an eating disorder. So, you know, that is also a concern with all of this. I also, if I could figure out how to make this work with the stream, there is one Lent I want to try for a Lenten challenge. I do want to give up video games. I do want to try a Lenten challenge of no video games for 40 days and 40 nights. I do think that would be a real challenge for me and a real difficult one. But I preach a lot about video game addiction. I preach a ton about that, so I don't want to be a hypocrite. So, you know, if it sounds like it's going to be too hard to do, maybe that's a sign that it is something that needs to be done. So there is one Lent I do want to do no video games, but I haven't quite figured out, like, I know you all join because you like chatting with me, but I also understand, like, the video games help make it interesting. I don't think you just want to look at my face for an hour and a half while I yap into it, you know? So I don't know how I would manage the stream if I'm not doing video games. So maybe only video games during stream. I don't know yet. So I'm still working the kinks out on that one. But it is something I do want to eventually manage, is giving up video games for Lent. My only fear with that one is if it sticks, right? The weight loss has stuck. The anger has stuck. The vegetarianism has stuck. So if I give up video games for Lent, there's a very real possibility that just sticks for life also. So we'll see. I still have some time. You know, Lent is not quite here yet, so we still have some time to figure out what I'm going to do. Oh, we're lasering ourselves. Very, very good job, Super Earth. You're burning us alive. Very good, very good. It's broke. I have to listen for the sound cue. There we go. Okay. My throat is so dry. You know, since we're talking about Japan, did you know in Japan, since they wear masks a lot more, and there is a concern about, like, dry throat and stuff, that they make unsweetened, flavorless cough drops that are basically it's basically like gum to suck on, so that dry throat is not a concern. Apparently that is one of those Japanese innovations. I'm mostly here for the conversation. See, that's why I'm a variety streamer, because I want to build an audience that wants to be here for the conversation and me, not just to watch me play video games. But also, like, I understand that the video games are entertaining, but I could also set, like, I have a bunch of single player board games, so we could definitely play board games for a while. So we could definitely do that. So there are options. All right. 500 kg, don't fail me. You need to land true. Right at the stem. Here we go. Here we go. Problem Solved. Alright, let's scoot. Let's get out of here. I have Necro Molds to play. I have Quiet Rain to play. I have the entirety of the My Little Pony, the board game, to play. So we've got plenty of board games to indulge in for a single player. We could run Dungeons and Dragons sessions. Like there's so much we could do. All right, I see that there is supplies on the ground. All right, another mission successfully completed. Super Earth is safe for one more day. Look at how good we did. We can use our designated time now. Every mission we get 2 seconds designated by Super Earth for enjoying the scenery. So we can take a moment to enjoy the scenery now since we have completed our mission. Gonna go get a drink? All right. I am streaming later than usual. I am officially on vacation, so I had a little bit of extra time today to stream, but this is actually my last match. I got to get up and do some dishes, get some breakfast, and start my day. So, because I'm on vacation from now until the 29th, my streams may be a little bit longer, a little bit more frequent, because I'm on vacation and we just have the ability to enjoy our time. How awesome is that? I'm going to go do some bird photography. I'm going to record some bird sounds. I'm going to do street photography. I'm going to play some board games. I'm going to do so much. And then I'm going to do nothing because I've been running nonstop for December. So I am ready to sit down and enjoy a little bit of boredom and nothingness. I got some videos I need to make. I need to make for Catholic Game Reviews. I need to make a Santa Claus special. So we've got Santa Claus special coming up. We are all over the place right now. Look at all those bullets. Look at all that freedom being spread. Look how cool that guy is. Oh, Dex sent me something. What did Dex send me? Alright, y'all. We'll try and wait for Waffles to get back from getting his drink, but this is it for me. I am hungry. My back hurts. It's time to go get started with my day. Time to go pet my kitty. He's been a very sleepy kitty lately. So I gotta go disturb him, you know, jostle him a little bit. As one do, as one do. Gallantry beyond measure. Fantastic. I will download Monster Hunter Wilds. We might also stream some Monster Hunter Wilds since I'm going to try that again. I got to clear up some space on my computer. I've got too many downloads right now, so that will also be a thing we might stream next week. So thank you all for joining me today. This is it for me. So let's end with our prayer, as we always do, as soon as my game exits properly, so we don't have Helldivers noises in the background. Here we go. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we continue to pray for all those who are discerning vocations, whether that be the priesthood, monastic life, marriage, whatever that is. Lord, help them. Today we continue to pray for victims of violence, of mass shootings, of war, whatever the violence may be. Lord, help them. Lord, be with them. We pray for all the people who don't have enough in this season as everyone's giving gifts and spending money. There are people who don't have enough food, water, shelter, whatever it may be, whatever they are lacking. Lord, be with them and help them. And finally, we pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who've been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. I truly appreciate it. We had a good time. I'll be back at it on Monday. Have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone. Thank you again for being here, and have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then. Take it easy, everyone.